Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys and Magic. This is Hunter, Riley, Steven, and Shane. Say what up, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
What's up? Morning.
It's definitely
Yeah,
not the
wait.
morning.
The sun's
It's
down.
the evening because we do all the spoiler videos after spoiler day. So we've got a lot of spoilers to talk about today. There was another stream today. So, of course, had to have a lot of new cards to talk about. It is Aetherdrift spoiler season. Forgot to mention that. It is January 28th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get started with this first card. This one's a pretty banger, in my opinion. This is Unstoppable Plan. It's 2 and a blue for an enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control.
In blue?
Yeah, in blue.
That's cool.
Isochron enchantment?
Wow.
Pretty nuts if you have a lot of mana rocks.
Super nuts. Not
For
even his
3
mana
mana,
rocks. What the heck?
That's cheap.
Non-land permanents. That's all your creatures too, dude.
We're just gonna put my camera like that. She's passed out.
Uh, Jace, this is bad guy Jace from the story. As you can see, he has just taken over the minds of pretty much everybody that gets in his way.
I'd let him take over my mind.
Okay. The flavor text says Jace knew that if he had time to explain his plan, he would find the support. Unfortunately, time was in short supply.
See?
If I just had the time, but I don't have the time, so just you'd get it.
I get it.
Go back to the card though. Good card, right, Steven?
An amazing card.
My favorite card
I'm
of the day.
throwing
Yep.
this in almost all of my blue decks.
This
Probably
effect
smart.
has been in Magic for a while. What's these other effects? I mean, I guess you're right, Shane. Right? Kind of blue doesn't really have
Yeah, have we
any
seen it in blue? I don't know.
Seedborn Muse. Kind of
Yeah.
is that
green,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the only way to do it is dramatic. Sorry, Isochron Scepter dramatic reversal.
Yeah, but that is also like a combo piece. This
I was gonna
is
say.
just a one-time thingy. Given
Yeah.
that I guess it's every one of your end steps, but this reminds me of Wildlife Reclamation, but a blue version of it. But this doesn't untap your lands, so unless you
True.
have like a critical number of artifacts, you're probably not doing anything other than just like getting pseudo vigilance. Also,
true.
does this confirm that robots have minds?
I have mind.
Fact about that. It's supposed to be a hive mind, so I don't really understand how Jace took over one mind of the hive.
He took over
He's
more.
got the whole hive in his hands.
The whole, yeah, pretty cool
I
card though.
mean, I think this is a great card for this set in particular, with vehicles being so important and running amok. So you can literally have all your things on the field, crew your vehicles, swing, and then boom, you just get to untap everything, and then just rinse and repeat. You have those blockers. This is a really great card for this set.
It really is. I completely agree with you, Steven. Moving on, let's talk about a vehicle that you mentioned. How about Demolition Scarab? 2 black green for a 6/6 artifact vehicle. It's got trample, and when it enters, each opponent loses 3 and you gain 3. It's got a crew cost of 2.
Okay.
Big vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's where the demolition comes in. When I read Demolition Scarab, I was like, oh, it's gonna destroy something when it comes in.
Nah.
Just run things over.
Yeah, it's got
I
trample.
mean, 4 mana, 6/6 with trample, and it's only crew 2. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like they're pushing vehicles pretty heavy. Obviously, this is a vehicle-themed deck. We just had Duskborn, which is heavily enchantments. This is heavily artifacts. What's next? Heavily dragons. We're going to Tarkir.
Heavily 5-color commanders.
That doesn't exist anymore. Haven't seen a
Wish.
5-color in a while.
Is Siege Rhino the vehicle any good though?
See, yeah, that's the kind of comparison everyone's doing. Obviously, it's very Siege Rhino. Maybe in Shane, you're now a standard player. You've been playing standard for a while. Do you see this in standard?
I don't really know. I haven't seen any vehicles in standard, so
I mean, can
We'll
you
see.
see this being played in standard?
I you're the resident standard player, like you said.
I'm excited to, like I said, this is an artifact heavy set. We just saw an enchantment heavy set. I just feel like it's gonna be the best of both worlds.
It might be good against like aggro decks, I guess, that hate when you gain life.
Maybe. Moving on to the next card, Spectacular Collision. 3/2 white sorcery. All creatures and vehicles lose indestructible in a turn, then destroy all creatures and vehicles. Cycling of 2.
I mean, yes. No, I don't know.
I hate that it's
No.
sorcery speed.
I think it has to be.
It's
Yeah.
it's a 5 mana
very
wrath effect.
It's a 5-mana Wrath effect. You're right.
I mean, here's why I think I like this card.
Mhm.
I think I like this because most of the time people give their things indestructible. This will take that away, which is really nice. But the biggest thing I think is most of the time board wipes don't really do much against like artifacts, especially like I feel like in standard. So having something that can get rid of vehicles, I think is going to be kind of good.
Yeah. Depending on how relevant vehicles are going to be.
Well, super in
Um,
the set at least.
yeah, for this set, definitely is a limited bomb.
I'll say it's be great and limited.
Cycling is pretty nice to have on this card in case you don't need it. I don't know. It's cool. I love the art. It's a
colorful.
There's my
colorful,
5 color.
colorful.
There
There you
it
go.
is, dude.
There's your 5 color.
I
What do you think,
mean,
Riley?
I think it's a cool card. I think that this is definitely like this is probably as close to a 5 color like push wrath as what we can get. Because I mean, like my comparison being Wrath of God coming in at 4 mana or Day of Judgment, and then like this does have cycling, so you can pitch this if you don't need it, and it also deals with indestructible, which is nice. It's just, would I play this card? I'm
No,
still
because
not
Sunfall's a
convinced.
thing,
Yeah, I don't know if I would.
Sunfall is a thing. It's definitely like kind of
and
premier
exiling is
removal.
way better than destroying.
Way better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this card. I don't think he's gonna see any play at all.
I don't think so
I
either.
wouldn't be shocked.
I think it'll see play for like a week.
It'll be tested. Moving on, we have the Mimeoplasm is back. It's the Revered One. X, black, green, and blue for a 0/0 legendary creature ooze. It says as it enters, exile up to X creature cards from your graveyard. It enters with 3 +1/+1 counters on it for each creature card exiled this way. It also has an ability for 2, where it becomes a copy of a target creature card exiled with it, except it's a 0/0 and has this ability.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously we'll talk about it when we get to our Commander Grades video, but this card, I don't know. It's seems weird to me. I mean, granted, you're in the colors that want to self-mill, so self-mill a whole bunch of cards, play this for however many creatures you get rid of, and it's just a big dumb beater.
I mean, my thing is, I really love this card. The thing that kills me the most is, and you said it, Hunter, this is in the best colors to self mill and do those things, but you're exiling them.
Yep.
And that's why this card, like, kind of turns me off a little bit, is just for that one reason. Like, I want to continuously recur things and have my opponents exile them. I rather not be the one.
Yeah.
I don't think you play this in Recursion though. I think you play this in Voltron. Like this is going to be a gigantic commander. You pump 6 mana into this. This is a 9/9 that has the potential to gain other abilities as well. So like if this is a 9/9 with hexproof, that's a pretty sizable threat for a commander.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that because I was actually going to bring that up and be like, hey, actually, one of the creature cards that it can exile is something with trample. Boom. There's your trample on this card. So I guess it's not just a big dumb beater. It's got flexibility. It's an ooze.
I mean,
All right. I want to
think
move
my-
on.
I think my only downside with this is that like it doesn't gain all of those abilities, so it's like you are kind of going to pick and choose which copy of a card it's going to become. So I don't know. That does provide a lot of flexibility. I mean, you can have this thing bounce between like unblockable and hexproof and whatever you need given the situation. So
Very true.
Oh my God, Steven. It's very reminiscent of the ever-changing Dane.
Oh, the ever-changing Dane. Shout out to anyone that's been around the channel long enough
That's
to know that
old.
reference.
That's super old.
Moving on.
S
Shane,
tier.
here's some art for you.
Love it.
This is Guardian Sunmare. 3 and 2 white for a 5/5 creature horse mount. It's got Ward 2, and it says whenever this creature attacks while saddled, search your library for a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Saddle cost of 4.
I want to ride that horse.
That, that is a pretty cool ability. I'm just thinking of standard chain. If you need removal, go ahead and grab yourself a Sheltered by Ghost.
That is so obnoxious. Oh my god.
Pretty
They have
cool.
Ward 4.
Hmm.
You know, when I see this card, and we've already called back. If you've been on this channel for a while, I kind of want to do one more. When I see this card, I think of the sound that a train makes, but what is it, Shane?
Wait, you mean a
Phyrexian
Phyrexian
Warhorse.
Warhorse? Wah wah. Yeah, dude.
This is a
That's the
member berry
sound this
episode.
horse makes, dude. 1,000%.
People are gonna be so confused.
I know. Go watch every single one of our videos until you find that reference.
Yeah, go watch all of them. Go back. But no, this interesting though.
Back to the card.
Yeah.
Could be
I'll
strong.
satisfy your need for steed. Solid.
I like mounts better than vehicles. I don't know why. They do the same thing.
Maybe
I
because
just
you can
feel
Neither
attack with
really
it.
do anything for me.
You can attack with it
Is it
without crewing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's like extra.
True.
I'm curious though, because like looking at the floor of this card, this is a 5-mana 5/5 with Ward 2. If you are not saddling it, and
Yeah.
from my point of view, that's not good.
Super vanilla.
It is kind of French vanilla. I mean, I don't know. Pretty
Like,
interesting.
if you are able to consistently saddle this, and the saddle is relatively high at coming in at 4, then yeah, that's cool. It's a tutor effect that's super powerful.
Yeah.
It's true. Let's move on. We have a new red goblin shocker. This is Burnout Bashtronaut. It is 1 red mana for a 1/1 creature goblin warrior. It's got menace and start your engines. And then a cost of 2. This creature gets +1/+0 to end a turn. And at max speed, it has double strike.
Damn.
It's interesting.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Nope.
No. Why no?
Just no.
I
I feel
think
like it does a lot though.
I think
It's
if
got
all
menace.
these, yeah, I was gonna say the start your engines thing. If they want this to work, I think we need a lot of creatures that are like this, because it needs to be
Yep.
started from the beginning. Otherwise, you're
Mhm.
screwed. I think we saw one yesterday that was a 1 mana. All these 1 mana start your engines, I think are great.
I think goblins are gonna be a thing in standard.
I completely agree with Shane. I think that this coming in as a 1-drop, having that start your engines, and then is capable of also fueling that because this thing has menace. I think this is probably going to be a 4 of in a start your engines deck if one can get there.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going back to my goblin point. I can see it now. We haven't seen the card yet, I don't
Oh
think.
yeah.
But we did see the card, didn't we? Tap for each goblin.
Did we? That makes mana? I don't think so.
I think it was not good. I think it was
Oh.
expensive.
Bummer.
But anyways, with Kranko already being in standard right now, this I think puts it over the edge. We saw that card that gives you a red for every goblin you control by tapping it. And then just put all of that into this creature, and it gets +1/+0 for however many times you spend it. It's got menace. Could have double strike. Game over.
Game over.
I like it. I'm here for it. Burnout Bashtronaut. Don't like it now, Steven.
He
No.
said no. He said meh.
Here's a new
I
card.
didn't even say meh. Don't give it that.
In my mind, you said
Oh.
meh.
Don't give it a meh. We have a new dinosaur. This is Regal Imperiosaur. It's 1 and 2 green for a 5/4 creature dinosaur that just says other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1.
That's a lord.
This is great.
This is a lord. It's a big lord. 3 mana 5/4.
Dude, some creatures in green are so stupid.
Yes.
Dino Lord Soar.
They are trying so hard to make green relevant again.
I mean, they're doing a good job.
Are they?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know if it can compete with the fast Boros colors and blink of Demir. It's just green is just sitting in a corner by itself playing with big toys.
I mean, 3 mana for a 5/4 Lord, though. Given that, yeah, it is a Lord for kind of a niche tribe, but this is a really good card for how much it costs.
No, dude, my blue Merfolk lords are 2/2s or like 2 mana for like a 1/1. This is nuts.
Oh, I know. And I am going to get this card for a specific death named Gishath. So,
Not Pantlaza, dude.
Pantlaz is in the deck.
Oh, okay.
The one thing that bothers me is like, I know in real life it's different, but we're in Magic the Gathering. It's a different universe every time. just give the dinosaur long arms. Like, why give it small arms again? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Can you imagine a dinosaur with long arms?
It'd
People
be
wouldn't
top
think it's a
heavy,
dinosaur.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
would fall over.
We
Next,
don't know that.
are you gonna give us some other kind of radical idea, like give it feathers?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's real now.
Just saying. Just poor stubby arms, dude.
Hey, we got a new Lotus. People are saying this is pretty nuts. I want your guys' opinions. This is Radiant Lotus. It is 6 mana, kind of hefty. It's an artifact. You can tap it, sacrifice 1 or more artifacts. Choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way.
I think it's nuts.
Mm.
I think it's
I'm gonna
expensive, but it's nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there right now. I think we finally broke treasures.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. Sacrificing your treasures to make 3 per treasure is pretty good. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that everyone's forgetting. This is not actually a mana ability and can be interacted with. Because it
copy
says
it.
target player, you can copy it, you can counter the abilities, you can swap the ability, choose different targets for the ability. It's pretty nuts. So it's kind of like you got to do this on a turn where no other opponent has mana.
All right. You sold me. I actually wasn't very high on this card to begin with. 6 mana is a massive
Super
amount. The fact that
heavy.
you have to blow up your things to do this, I was already kind of down on. I know, yes, I was joking with the treasures. Treasures are already broken on themselves.
Yeah.
I don't like this card.
Yeah, I don't know if I do either, honestly. Like, I love this art, and I think if you got this in Japanese Showcase with this kind of shattered foil, it would look incredible.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this card is that playable, just based on the fact it can be so just played with
I
in
mean,
terms
no,
of like messed
it's
with.
pretty playable. Like, it's
It's
gonna come in
sure.
the boxes.
Yeah,
Like, you can use it and play it. Yeah.
definitely can. It is a powerful card.
I think
If you
I
can
think it's
copy
strong.
this effect yourself, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still 6 mana is a lot.
Agreed.
I don't think that. Obviously, you're playing a deck that has production of artifacts, treasures, and mana. That's your game plan. I don't think that this being at 6 mana is going to really, just set it aside for somebody else. That's what I think. But
Yeah, I mean, but you're gonna have to sacrifice, like you mentioned, treasures to get to that 6 threshold, which means you don't have enough to sacrifice. Which I guess I would have to.
just
It's
make
like
more.
just make more.
You mean treasure decks can't make more treasure?
Yeah, you're right. Moving on, Shane, your favorite artist has made a return. Gonti Knight Minister is 2 and 2 black for a 3/4 legendary creature Aetherborn rogue. So whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token, and whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast this spell this way. Why are we doing this
Beautiful
for
art.
the table?
No idea.
I love this card.
That's
Do
so
you?
dumb.
Yes.
It's very chaos. I could see why you love
It's so chaos.
It's you get treasures if you play their stuff. Here,
Yeah.
you can play their stuff.
It's literally just like, here, go beat up my opponents for me, please.
It's Gonti Thievery monocolored for the table.
I don't know if I like it for the table.
I don't either.
I do.
I mean, we'll talk about when we do our commander grids about Gonti and how I feel about it as a commander, but we'll just see play in standard. This is not a standard card. I feel like this is strictly for EDH. Crazy.
Crazy, dude. Give me something crazy.
I mean, if you're playing this in standard, it's only you getting the benefit.
Right. I just I don't see the point, I guess.
Draft. This is a bomb in limited.
4 mana 3/4 that steals their stuff, I guess.
I mean, okay, it's not only just like stealing their stuff, but if you're playing this for your pre-release or if you're playing this in limited, your opponent only has 40 cards in their deck.
So you're gonna
That's
mill
true.
Yeah.
them?
You're going to play their bombs.
I love playing their bombs, dude.
Bomb. Yeah, it's not bad. What do you think, Steven?
I hate it.
Good.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I just said it's not bad, but then I just remembered that I hate it.
Yes.
So let's move on to the next card. It's another vehicle. We have Lumbering Worldwagon, 2 and a green for a star 4 artifact vehicle. Its power is equal to the number of lands you control, and whenever it enters or attacks, you can search the library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap, shuffle. Crew cost 4.
I think that's where this card falls off for me is the crew 4.
Crew 4 is hefty, yeah, but if you can get it going,
Yeah.
you're
Just
getting
play-
a lot
I
of
mean,
just
land.
you're
play
in
the head
green, you're
shredder,
playing
dude.
Big Stompy.
Yeah, is Head Shredder better?
I think Head Shredder's better.
I don't know. Head Shredder has a chance to miss because you're
I
milling,
guess that's
and then
true.
you can.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. This is also like, why give it star? I'm gonna put a 1/1 in front of it. Nothing's gonna happen.
That's okay. I'm searching.
I guess that's true. It's a lot of trues.
A lot of trues. Riley, do you like this card?
I don't really have an opinion here. I think that this is probably not very good. Its
No.
crew 4 is going to lock it out, I think, for the most part for me.
Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate because you want this to be on curve, right? So you better have something with 4. But then again, we did see a 3-mana giant dinosaur that can crew this pretty easily.
Don't think I'm playing both in the same deck.
I don't know. Big green stompy. Any final thoughts on this card, Steven? Before we move on
I
to the
would
last.
just, at what point is this card really needed? With green having so much access to ramp, and do I really want to have another card that is probably bigger than this one, or could be bigger than this one? I don't know. Plus, I'm not here.
Steven, when Hunter asks you questions, you
where are
could
you?
just say no.
No, I don't want to.
Final card we're talking about today is Monument to Endurance. Just for 3 mana, it's an artifact that says whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can draw a card, you can create a treasure token, or each opponent loses 3 life.
This
I'm
is
gonna
a
s-
banger.
Is this good?
I think I'm going to steal Steven's thunder here, but we already talked about Radiant Lotus.
It's funny. It's kind of similar, I guess, but
It's this.
Reminiscent.
It's like they paid 2 different artists and were like, "Hey, that's a really good card that you made. So like we should probably just like make a new card for it. Like let's
Yo.
use this artwork."
It is radiating.
we like the triangle.
Oh, we all saw that island.
I don't know. Is this card good? I mean, we have a lot of cycling in this deck or in this set.
This card's fantastic.
Look, I've been playing a lot against Tiny Bones here recently, so I may just put this in all of my decks.
Put it in your deck against your pod.
That's a
yeah.
reference to me, yeah. So I
Wanna
made
play
that Tiny
bad
Bones deck,
decks.
and it's
I'm not-
a lot of fun. It is a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna
fun.
lie, discard a card, draw a card. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if I could see this seeing play. Steven, you say this is very good, but I don't know.
I think this is an all-star of a card. Plus, I also think that is this going to be standard legal?
Yes.
Yeah, this is all standard.
Yeah, with that blue-black deck that's running around, making you discard a card, bouncing it, making you discard a card, bouncing it, discard it. Like this is solid.
If you're
This is-
playing
I
best
would,
of
I would
three,
say
but
I was gonna say that's a solid sideboard
yeah,
piece.
it's really hard to do that against in the best of 1 though.
I would not put this in a best of 1.
But hey, a lot of
I
people
don't
play
know.
best of 3.
This is. I will say it now, and if you stayed around for this whole video, here's a spoiler. This is the first card I am throwing into the precon upgrade for that Esper Zombie deck.
Whoa.
That's because you're self getting rid of cards, but
Yeah,
yeah,
makes sense.
that for sure. But
I'm also gonna jump in here too. Is like any kind of cycling deck, or like if I don't know, this makes me think like I want to play this in Hollowed One. It is
Yeah.
3 mana, which is really tough, but like it closes the game up for you, or it continues to fuel your deck. So if you are playing in a cycling deck, this is pretty good.
keep in mind though, you can only choose one mode each time on your turn, so you have to wait until your
Well,
opponent's turn. You can
Yeah,
do it
that's
again.
true. You could discard
Oh,
on your opponents.
bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. I don't know. Seems good.
I mean, if I do this twice per turn, what am I going to do? Am I going to run out of good? Oh wait, no, I'm not. I'm not going to run out of good modes. I'm not cycling 3 times every single turn.
I mean, it's very negative if you do. You're down 2 cards at that point.
That is going to do it for us today. If you guys like that video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with everything else that we got going on. Before we wrap things up, let's go ahead and talk about our favorite cards. We'll start with Steven. Steven, what was your favorite card we talked about today?
It's tough because I really wanted to say Unstoppable Plan, but I really think it's going to be Monument to Endurance.
Yeah, final card. Not bad. Riley, do you have a favorite?
I do. It's Gonti. I'm here for the chaos. Cause chaos. It's what I do.
Shane, do you have a favorite?
I'm riding that horse, dude. Guardian Sunmare, I'm gonna ride it.
Very good. And I'll go with the first card we talked about. Art's great, good card, Unstoppable Plan. I like Evil Jace here.
I mean, it probably is the best card so far as I am.
Comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinions. In the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts. Follow us on those as well at Gouge Magic for each one, including that Instagram one, because we talk about all the rares and mythics here. But if you wanted to see all the commons and uncommons, they're all over on our Instagram as well. And on the screen right now, there's all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys want to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, please check the link in the description as well and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to all of our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Doc Jerome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Matthew McClendon,
Thrifty PSGR,
Tim K,
Wish Reich.
and Ryder Cole. Thank you guys so much for your added support. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.